It's Wednesday, the 16th of August, and I'm just uploading for the interest of those that are insisting on being in my proximity with acts against about 4 or 5 faiths. Apart from the fact that they're in a little bit of trouble for stealing and for slandering, I might give a little bit of a warning to those people that are associated with any of these individuals that have already incurred very serious harms upon society with their bad practices, poor practices. Um, I have been offended. There have been faith practices that have offended my faith. Um, I have a child that was abducted, and the culprits are in my proximity, making other people's families unsafe as well. So, those people that are of obstinance and ignorance, insisting on exacerbating the cycle of crime that they're continuing, are really not displaying a very healthy mentality and don't seem to be really fit for society. So I'm really astonished about how there are individuals unlawfully in my proximity bringing more trouble, danger and harm into people's lives. They're practicing against Salem. They're doing witchcraft. I'm a Roman Catholic officially, and these people are doing witchcraft, and they've been doing witchcraft since I gave birth. Prior to being born, my son was also unfortunately hurt with these people in society. So the justice system, there's a problem in Ireland with people using bad faith practices for their racketeering purposes, and those people that are coveting from my spiritual identity, they might remember a few basic tenets of the laws that of these the dogma of these practices. There are people that are overlooking a few very dangerous tenets that are quite offensive to a few faith denominations. So the mental health issues of people that don't seem to understand when to draw the line, that don't understand when they've overstepped the line, could they be brought in, reined in to grow a proper mentality or foster a proper mentality around civility and civil principles? I'm aware that there are people slandering my name and slandering my fellowship principles with sanity and sobriety. So those people that are suffering from mental illness with dirty mouths might be careful about their offences against the faith and their dirty debts in their pockets as well. So those people that have nothing good to say might be best saying nothing at all. And in the meantime, I'm waiting for the United Nations, would you believe it, to honour the Declaration of Human Rights. ASBO's coveting from my spiritual identity or my royal positions, titles and names by causing insults and injuries really aren't in a good place with all the damages they've caused already to my child and my nuptials. Coveting is a deadly sin as well, I believe. So one of the commandments of that as well. So those already of slander and theft might be so careful about the crimes I have prevented with recovery of people's health and wealth as a royal humanitarian. I'm tolerating mental illnesses of ASBOs that are insisting on offending my health and well-being and my healing processes. So those general practitioners that are being cheeky with the Hippocratic oath might be careful about their tongues and the problems that they've been participating in this community, with all the wrongdoings that they've unduly, inexcusably and unforgivably conducted in this community, to steal property that I own and to withhold my child that I gave birth to. So these people aren't safe candidates for any positive relations or developments. They certainly aren't mascots of humanitarianism. So any intelligent human beings out there, I really hope everyone's making really sensible, intelligent choices. Those people that have not displayed authenticity are not, holding the values of credit-worthy values or initiatives. I mean, excuse. So those that are liability, that have already incurred casualty in this community, they might mature a little bit. They're being very irresponsible and reckless, and they're being very silly in their initiative in my proximity, and causing more embarrassment to the situation. These people are adults, and they owe very dangerous money, and they've done very dangerous harm to innocent life, and they've caused very dangerous crime against people's privacy. People's private lives have been offended, and these people have no right discussing my royal name or my humanitarian contributions to society. There are no caretakers or caregivers or designated individuals with any authority. These people have been silly enough to fraudulently claim to be in a position to discuss my name. That is a criminal offence. I'm a married mother, property owner. I live on my own, and these people are already of crimes against healthcare services. Hence the reason for COVID-19. I'm experiencing ASBOs of mental illness that are offending healthcare, and that gave rise in 2017, when the original crimes against my health rights, health and wellbeing rights commenced. So there are no persons designated with my signature to ever discuss my name. There are no psychiatrists in any position with me regarding my health and well-being and my decision-making processes. There are people that are exacerbating crimes against COVID-19 origins from my research and recovery. I have to reiterate the dangers of academic fraud and the issue that these people have incurred with their corruption and spending other people's money and feeding off other people's tables when damaging very, very important social reform from my professional portfolio. So those people that are offending that reform, unfortunately, are regressing, and unfortunately that's not going to be successful. So those people that have an obligation to honesty and dignity and respect. If there are people holding seats and taking a wage and salary to uphold a position, they might start doing what their job portfolio says, and stop deluding themselves with people who have allocated themselves in a fraudulent position. These people I have not designated or authorised to discuss me. There are no individuals above royal protocol in this circumstance. There are no individuals permitted in my proximity. Now, the fact that I have to collect a measly 220 from a job seeker's payment on a Monday is a criminal offence. The state doesn't seem to be doing its sums properly. So I'm healing from very dangerous damages of incompetent, unfit individuals that call themselves general practitioners that are blacklisted for their offences against the Hippocratic Oath. And anyone in support of those kind of people isn't really a safe idea. It's not a safe situation. So those people that have respect for the Hippocratic Oath, I hope, are on the right side of the law. So this is my update for this morning. It's a beautiful sunshiny day, and there are still ASBOs that are still practicing witchcraft with a married mother who has been of humanitarian contributions to society, and this collective have no concern for what their casualties have already been for offending my progress of social reform that is being subjected to fraud. So, the European Court of Human Rights, there are, I suppose, of obstacles that are incurring awful deaths on people's lives. There are, I suppose, of covetousness, discussing my nuptials with my husband, Richard McElligott. My husband is a missing person, as is my child. And those people that are of the legal eagle fraudulence, there are legal matters that are highly unsafe to be messing or altering. There's messing going around on these papers that aren't authentic at all. They're not safe pieces of paper at all. They're unlawful documents. So the local legal situation is that there is no jurisdiction for those legal fraudulent